It's the afternoon session for MotoGP at the Japanese Grand Prix here at the Twin Ring Motegi circuit. 1 hour to decide the running order for both Q1 and Q2 at the round 17 of the 2025 MotoGP campaign. Good morning, everybody, and welcome up to the commentary box as we are underway for this afternoon session. Riders are heading out there onto the circuit now to start their first full flying lap times after coming out of the pit lane. And yeah, it's a tiny bit more interesting to what we could be witnessing. I think that's the most important part of the factor coming into today. There's a lot more intrigue, there's a lot more interest about exactly who's going to be where in the sessions, but it is looking quite fun this morning. Pecco Bagnaia was fastest, surprise, surprise. He's moved to the 2024 swing arm on the front end of the bike, and it seems to be doing well. It's helping him out. But now we're into the running order to decide the running for Q2. And Sean, hello Sean, asking who's going to be the 10 riders automatically getting through. Too early to tell, but I'll say Mark, Alex, Bagnaia, definitely. I would then even include Martin. I'd say Chancha's got a good shot being 8th fastest this morning. Acosta had a good shout. There's a couple already. I think that's 5 or 6 over the board. But let's check in then with TNT as Marquez actually coming into the pit lane. So is Pecco Bagnaia as they just complete their first lap times on the board. Check in with TNT.
What Pecco Bagnaia needed after a really good morning. Just to go on to the Aprilia thing, because you just mentioned Jorge Martin. Should we save that actually until we see Jorge on track? As Raul Fernandez is just being held back by Mateo Baiocco.
It's been a messy start for his weekend as well, crashing out really early this morning.
A shrug of the shoulders from Pecco. Gabarini, a bit of frustration there perhaps.
Let's hope it's an easy fix, or at least his number 2 bike is not, let's say, an extreme, an experiment setting.
Marquez, after having run wide on his first flyer, now gets to go again. Zarco, who tops the timesheets. Fabio Quartararo, quite tight-lipped about his experience with the V4 in testing from Misano on Monday, and I don't want to read too much into it. I've read quite a lot of articles already about, you know, how angry Fabio is and all these kinds of things. He wasn't allowed to talk about performance, he wasn't allowed to say anything. Yes, you can intimate what you would like. Also, he's got the highest of expectations for what that bike should be and needs to be, so I wouldn't expect anything less, actually, from Fabio Quartararo than asking for more.
Yeah, exactly. He's going from an inline 4 that he doesn't feel is quite capable of, well, we all don't feel it's quite capable of battling, especially the Ducati V4, to Yamaha's new V4, which is a brand new package, needs work, needs more horsepower. They need to push the envelope with the engine development as yet. But I thought it was a promising start to the Yamaha V4 adventure, and the comments from Jack Miller, who's rode a lot of the V4s, and he's rode the Honda, the KTM and the Ducati to provide that feedback, and he said it's definitely got those good characters where you can get a little bit more weight on the rear tyre, use the rear tyre to stop the bike, and it sounds like that was very positive. Rins likewise positive about it, but yeah, Fabio wanting more. He's wanting an immediate step up on his current package. It wasn't quite there as yet, but yeah, it's only the start of the road, and I do believe by the time they line up in the grid in Thailand next year, it will be a much more sharpened package.
Johan Zarco got through a lot of testing on Monday in Misano too. No Joan Mir in that test after his. It's another crash for him. Well, Zarco also crashed out on the opening lap of the race back in Misano. But he had a lot of work to get through. He and Luca Marini. Marini looking a bit more at the 2026 stuff as Marquez runs wide again.
Mark just taking an external line there, 2-4.
I think think he's maybe they've swapped bikes. Maybe he's riding Pecco's.
Yellow flag, sector 2.
Pecco's riding his.
Oh, hello.
Not happy there, and that's because
Jorge Martin has crashed and brought out the yellow flags in sector 2 down at turn 5. We saw his teammate Marco Bezzecchi go down there this morning in a second accident he had, one at turn 11, one at turn 5. He's got going now though, but brings gravel onto the racetrack, but does get off the racing line.
Well, he's the shortest in MotoGP. In fact, him and Bastianini.
His own Martin did it.
You know.
Is it 5'2"? 5'3"?
Oh,
he did crash. Just kept it running.
Easily done. We saw earlier Morbidelli, Jack Miller do the same.
It's a very similar crash to the one from Bezzecchi this morning in that turn as well.
Of course.
He
had 2 this morning.
2, yeah. Yeah, bigger one at turn 11 downhill. Lost it on upright braking.
Mark's coming back in. I wonder if both Ducatis have had a little strategy look at something and it's
see
not
if they can swap and get his bike back. I think they do that a lot, don't they? They try each other's bikes out. Oh yeah, it's definitely, you can definitely tell that's Pecco's bike. I am joking, by the way.
There'll be people bleary-eyed going,
yeah.
What?
That's the normal reaction I get from my commentary. He's clearly not happy with whatever they've changed. And that could be something as simple as an engine braking strategy or whatever, just getting a little bit of push in the braking zone where you need the engine braking to help pull the bike back, essentially.
Was he on the soft rear tyre, perhaps, at the start of the session? Was that pushing the front?
Yeah.
On entry into the corner, is he maybe trying that a little bit more? I don't know. Hard for us to say from here. But he had 3 or 4 moments where he ran wide.
Bit funny, this man was asked about the pressures of coming to Honda's own circuit here, and he basically said the pressures are nothing compared to racing for Honda at the Suzuka A-Tower. A race that is so important to all the manufacturers, but Honda do seem to put a lot of pressure on their riders.
And it's worked.
And it has worked. I've been won it the last 2 seasons.
Zarco's been superseded by Fermin Aldeguer at the top of the timesheets. A 1:44.4 from Aldeguer, ahead of what Bagnaia did this morning at 1:44.8. All-time lap record pole last year, Pedro Acosta 1:43.0. Okay, back to Martin. Crash for him, crash for Bezzecchi twice this morning. Are they turning the Aprilia into more of a Ducati? As in, we saw it at Misano, it did work, you know, better than it had at some places. But is it working more on those tighter stop-start kind of circuits?
Well, it's hard to say because that's the nature of this track, essentially. So you would think it would transfer over to this track and there wouldn't be an issue, but...
Well, it was second this morning, though. I mean, I just wonder whether...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I thought you were then saying with the fact that they've had 3 crashes so far.
No, I meant more... He had pace this morning.
Yeah, he's a good sign. We normally think of the Aprilia that it wouldn't work on a stop-start style track like this. More of a fast-flowing tracks of Argentina and Silverstone.
Never had a podium here, Aprilia, in MotoGP, I don't believe. So, yeah, it would be good for them to turn a corner, perhaps giving away a little bit of their strength to recoup some in braking in the acceleration phase, being more of a stop-go bike. We spoke to Paulo Bonoro and asked that question, and he's pretty open that is what they're trying to do and trying to turn it into a more complete package that works at every racetrack. Maybe having to give away a little bit of their strength at the Catalunias and Argentinas that previously were that was their happy hunting ground.
Good to see Chantra up there again. I mean, he's in 14th. We've seen him sort of, apart from the first round in Thailand, he's been nowhere really all season, but he's been last.
Get him in Asia.
Yeah.
Get him back to Asia.
He needs that humidity.
Yeah.
He likes that. Whilst all the riders are walking through the paddock huffing and puffing,
He's got up to 12th now.
Loving it.
Look at the bottom 4 of the timesheet. Mark Marquez, Alex Marquez, Jorge Martin, Pecco Bagnaia. bit of an anomaly. You don't see those four all together right at the bottom of the leaderboard.
Not after essentially six laps, so...
It's topsy-turvy, isn't it? At the moment, Aldeguer top, Zarco second, Mir third, Oliveira fourth. Chantra there in was 12th, now 13th. Jack Miller's got up into 8th. Miller had a decent morning as well. He was 8th quickest in the top Yamaha. Previous success around here.
Look at Bagnaio's time as well. This is like, he's miles off as well. He's gone out with a new pair of medium front and rear. I don't know what's going on. Back in. How weird. Really strange.
Just when
I'm
things
confused.
look like they're pointing in the right direction. Let's have a look at the body language when he comes in now. There's a look across. Was that the spare bike?
Yeah, not a pit. What's going on? Feels exactly the same. It's pushing me or whatever. You could see, yeah.
Some vibration. Christine Gabarini's face to say, right, can I just clarify this? What's going on?
Yeah, so right. The calm technician that is Gabarini.
On the other side of the garage
He's
as
taking
well.
his helmet off. I am well confused. I mean, it's an hour session, so I'm not saying he's going for a rest. What I mean is, you're not panicking, but there's obviously something going on. Well, they're making some changes to Mark's bike now.
It's been a happy hunting ground, Japan, for Ducati over the years. Obviously won for the last 3 seasons. Bagnaia, Martin in a sort of mixed, shortened wet weather race. Jack Miller won here in 2022. Dovi won here. And then, if you remember back into the early 2000s, Loris had 3 on the bounce here. Katie Stoner won here in 2010. He won his championship here, actually, when Capirossi won in 2007. So it's been a place that Ducatis have always gone well, but just at the moment, the factory team on a few glitches. Just when this man thought we were starting to turn around. Anyway, it's just the first 15 minutes of our time practice session this afternoon. It's been a gorgeous day here, I have to say. Actually, a little bit on the high side, high 20s, air temperature. We're not used to it. We usually come here, I mean, but this time of year, usually maybe a couple of weeks later, and often we're catching some cloud, a lot of rain, fog over the years. At the moment, it's been a lovely day. For the weekend, the forecast isn't too bad.
No, actually looks okay. As the day's gone on, we had a bit of cloud cover over the lunch break. I popped out just before this session. It feels a little bit cooler than it did in the morning session, so yeah, a little bit of respite for the riders. Humid here as well today. Physical racetrack at the best of times, and in hot, sticky conditions on these MotoGP bikes with the biggest brake discs available to MotoGP. Mandatory here, the 350s.
So as Fabio Quartararo comes across the line, let's find out, if we can, what's happening down at Ducati, because Nat Quirk, I'm pleased to say, he's on the pit wall with team boss Davide Tardozzi.
Yeah, Davide, after the season that Pecco has had, it must have been a real welcome sight to see him at the top of the timesheets this morning. He's been back in the box, though, a couple of times in this session. What's going on?
Yeah, it seems that there was some electronic issues. The bike was not performing in the proper way, so they must found why, but it must be maybe a sensor or something like that.
How happy was he with this morning's session? And you?
Yeah, we all we're very happy because you know, having Pecco again on the top of the list is that the place is he deserves. At least fighting for that is something that makes us very, very happy.
And is that something that you think you found it in Misano and in the test?
Yeah. We found in Misano something. I think that now we are work towards this way that we found there. We had no time during the race weekend to investigate things that claims a lot of time to fix it, but it seems that we found a way.
And for Mark, of course, it could be a special weekend for him. And you've worked with a number of champions over the years. How is he different? How is he approaching this?
Mark is very calm, focused to this race. He knows the advantage that he has, that honestly it will be not here, it will be another race, but I think that he deserves the championship, but we'll see when it will be,
Thank you, Davide.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks to Davide Tardozzi chasing that down there on the pit wall live here in Japan.
Yep, and so far we are about 18 minutes into this session. Not too bad. As you see, Mark had his helmet off. Back out the channel, guys. Strange afternoon in survival for the squad. It is a strange afternoon for the squad out there for main Ducatis. Bagnaia is 23rd, and Marquez is 20th. Far away from where they were this morning, but Fermin Aldeguer's top, 144.423. Then we get Johan Zarco, Juan Mir, Franco Morbidelli, Miguel Oliveira, Fabio Quartararo, Pedro Costa, Jack Miller, Brad Binder, Marco Bezzecchi. That's your top 10. As Takiki Nakagami, Luca Marini, Somkat Chantra, Enea Bashini, Alex Rins, Mavi Vinales, Alex Marquez, Fabio Antonio, Ayagura, Marc Marquez, Jorge Martin, Ralph Fernandez, and then Pecco Bagnaia. That's the order as things stand at the moment, as we wait to see what happens next. With 42 minutes to go of this one, Mark is back out on the circuit, coming down into turn 11 and 29 for the last few corners. Alex Marquez there. Remember, Mark can be crowned world champion for the 7th time in MotoGP, 9th time overall, matching Valentino Rossi if he outscores Alex Marquez by just 3 points this weekend, and he will be a 9-time world champion. That is insane to think that is on the realms of the cusp of being possible this weekend. So it's easily done. Let's see what happens very, very soon. Let's go back up to the booth.
These does confuse things a little bit. Obviously, you're not allowed to develop your engine, but you've got your older generations to hark back to. So it could well be a mix of the 25 model, the 24, the strengths from both, and piece it all together. We know that the 24 doesn't fit straight into the 25 with the changes in parts and where they're placed in the weight distribution. So yeah, I'm not sure. Obviously, it's going to be the world title winning bike in Mark's hands, so it's not like it's a bad package, but it just hasn't quite worked for Pecco. It's been a bit up and down for Digi. Yeah, I've got to say, there are certain strengths of the 25 that do seem better when you look at the performance overall of the engine. It is a step up, but it's not been for Pecco.
Yeah, and Mark himself was testing new swing arms, wasn't he? Testing all kinds of things to make it more rideable.
Yeah, and also try and help with the direction, obviously for next year's bike, but also looking for the next important test. So steer the engineers to say, look, that works, this doesn't, or we need more of this or less of that. And essentially, you as is always the case, you see almost like what the 26 bikes are going to look like at the test in Valencia.
Yeah, there was a Pirelli test as well. That was private completely. The test riders got to have a go on that. There was talk that Michele Pirro was running a reduced aero, no ride height device kind of package with that in mind.
Would make sense, wouldn't it? Obviously, because that's what the rules will be for in 2027. So yeah, there's no point coming out of a corner and throwing down the ride height devices then, especially in all the braking zones when you're trying to evaluate front tyres. And
I heard a comment from Ducati is that GG is thinking, as in new bike loading already. They're not allowed to test in terms of the full package until after the end of this year for 2027. But you know, that's part of the thought process now is, what's the new formula going to be? What's going to be the way of hitting the ground running in 27? Yeah, you know, that's part of the thinking.
I'm sure they won't have had an 850 out yet, testing somewhere. I'm sure they won't. Absolutely not.
Marc Marquez doesn't look comfortable. on every time I've seen him so far on these
it struggles to get it stopped, isn't it? You've seen him few times, just not managed to get it put. There you go. That,
Oh,
that
he
looks-
stepped up
Is he on a
massively.
Honda? That's how Mark first rode through the catch when he jumped on it at the beginning of last year, and it wasn't effective, was it? That said, he didn't lose that much time, really, to say he had such a kick in the braking zone.
Times are tight, though. Half a second covering the top 13.
Yeah.
Even Chantra, 0.554 off in 15.
We so jinxed it, didn't we? Bagnaia sits in 23rd and last, 1.9 off. This is definitely the comeback.
Some cat's looking really strong
Obviously,
this
he's got a
weekend
technical
already.
issue, so that's the only reason. But like, look at Mark there.
Right.
No, don't look right at all. 0.3 off. 9.
Gets his picked up nicely, though.
Yeah, he does. Didn't use all the track. But it's all about that phase. The lap time around this track is all in the braking zones.
It's our phase.
Well, Fernandez, a tough day so far for the Trackhouse Aprilia man. Sits 14th in the championship. Decent results though in recent weeks. If you have a look at his run, he has finished in the points at every round since Spain. Just Hungary was the only one he didn't.
Yeah, it's impressive, isn't it? He's done what the team hoped he would do, and that's make some decent steps forward. He really has. It's still like that one result, the one-off special ride, but obviously he's got a contract for next year, so you'd like to think that that will happen.
Soft rear tyre in for Luca Marini as he comes out of victory corner. Looked so good in recent weeks. 7th in Misano, he was 5th in Hungary, 4th in the sprint there as well, 6th in Germany. Since his injury, Luca Marini's come back a changed rider. The bike has helped as it makes forward progress. Raul Fernandez tracking Marc Marquez. And is he going to improve? Marc Marquez did, Fernandez didn't. Jorge Martina out the hairpin onto the back straight. One here in that rain-affected race that was red flagged and then restarted and then red flagged straight away before they could get going again a couple of years ago. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Strange day.
It was a strange one, wasn't it? Is that where Zarco crashed just through that section near the end of the lap?
Yep.
And then ran back and
That was it.
tried to change the bike and all that, and there was confusion about whether he could restart or not. Right, as Fabio Gian Antonio comes onto the back straight, let's head back down to pit lane. Sorry, Neil, just to head down. That's grabbed hold of team boss at Grassini, Michele Mazzini, to see what he's got to say about Alex Marquez, who's bottom of the pile at the moment now.
Yeah, it's an unusual place that we find Alex right at the bottom of the pile, and this morning it looked like a tougher start to the weekend, but then the whole field was covered by a second. Just tell us what's been going on for Alex today so far.
Yeah, it's a big different start of the weekend, as you say, because we have to keep in mind that in FP1 we always try the bike with the front tire that we don't want to use for the whole weekend, so we put the soft and we put the hard. And today will be different now with the medium front, but we struggle to find the right feeling on the hard braking because it's a typical of this circuit, the hard braking. So we're still working on to help Alex to find the right feeling.
And for Fermin, it looks like he's having a better session at the moment. Currently, he's just dropped a second, but was top.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the work that we do before the practice, because we made a lot of changes on the bike and give him the right feeling. So the opposite work that in the moment from the Alex side of the garage. But so we have to continue like this, and for sure the target will be to put both rider in Kutsu.
Thanks, Michele.
Welcome.
Yeah, work to be done. As he says, they get the tyres out the allocation earlier on. But even this afternoon, not pushing on, but saying that, chaps, 0.9 covering the whole field as things stand.
Yeah, as things stand, because this man's going to try and change that up to making it 1.1 seconds if he gets this over the line.
I find, as we go on board with Fabio, the whole Yamaha situation baffling for me. There's no grip. You know, they can't stop the bike properly, and yet we come to circuits like this, and Fabio makes the bike work around tracks it shouldn't. We've said that earlier on this year, you know, and he gets poles at places like Le Mans, for example, and I'm like, what? I'm confused.
Saying though, I've nothing to add. No, but it's confusing because he shouldn't be able to get the bike stopped. I mean, Toprak's going to like this bike, isn't he? Well, actually, he won't be riding this bike, will he? He'll be riding the V4. But yeah, it's confusing. At tracks we thought the Yamaha was going to work really well, it's not, and vice versa.
Pedro looked like he blew turn 11 there ever so slightly. Running a bit deep, chasing Bezzecchi. And it's a product, Michael, isn't it, of the times being so tight that in all of these hard braking zones, you just, if you've got a marker, you are trying to give yourself that, you know, a little bit more. All right, he didn't blow it that badly, he still went up into third place, but so easy, just a small margin, a few centimetres beyond your braking marker, and the corner goes away from you.
Yeah, you're entering. If you're just a little bit past your braking marker, obviously you need to take a bit more risk with the front brake. Hang on to it a little longer as you go to angle, increase the risk of the front lock-in. Look at this from Fabio, downhill, Scandi flicking it on the way in. His rear does come off the ground quite a lot at the moment, and we've seen it over the years with Fabio. The Yamaha's not easy to get the rear to pick up off the ground as he does, the way the weight distribution is on this bike, but he can make it pitch and get it to stop. A little wheelie off the last turn, but good last sector overall. 44.2. It's
Sectors
better than
coming
everyone
in.
but Bezzecchi in this session.
Are they in a quandary now of what to do with the V4? Is it full steam ahead V4, here we go?
Got to be, hasn't it? It has to be. Because there's no point in doing the same thing next year on the inline 4. It's at the end of its development. They've tried everything times 10. They really have. They've not been slack, Yamaha. They've made that the conscious effort to go down the V4 route, which is the right direction, because that's where everybody else has gone. So you've got to see it through. What do you think, Michael?
Yeah, I completely agree. They've made the step now, they've invested the money, and at the very early stages, it's pretty much a match for the inline 4, so it can only get better from there.
That new little seat unit, that's the old aero package, isn't it, that Bagnaya's running? That was the one that started the season, is that right?
Yes.
It didn't have the little step in it.
Yeah, Mark stayed. He did put the 24 package back on at the Misano test, had a bit of an evaluation, but it seems like he's stuck with the new iteration, the 25 mod, which has a little step in the front wings.
The rear is not included in that. So the rear, you can do what you want on the seat unit, but anything in the front fairing and the side pods, they're all part of your one upgrade you're allowed per season for a non-concession team like Ducati.
So far, so good then, with 30 minutes to go. Quadraro's chart, 144.044. Bezzecchi, Acosta, Di Giannantonio, Aldeguer, Zarco, Mia, Morbidelli, Oliveira, and Marini.
So Fabio Di Giannantonio looked like he's had a good time in Tokyo. I always think with Fabio, does he have a professional photographer around with him?
Yeah.
But like, does he? Because they're always really arty, professional shots wherever he goes. Always makes me laugh. I always think, just enjoy your time with your girlfriend. It always seems like a photo shoot.
How do you do that when you go out with your wife?
Yeah, I can imagine Victoria loving that. She'd hate it. Yeah.
Always take a personal photographer with you wherever you go.
In my deal.
Pedro Acosta, fastest in testing in Misano. Pole position here last year. I think it might suit him. Takes a lot of inside curb there through victory.
He took too much curb for my liking. We've seen too many fast riders took the front doing that. Just trying to, and it makes such a difference because if you can take that first curve, it really opens out the corner onto the start-finish straight.
Oh.
He got pulled in there by Jack in the braking zones,
which Jack had earlier with Morbidelli, didn't he?
Yeah.
Binder comes past 2. This is an intriguing session because half an hour to go. Marc Marquez and Pecco Bagnaia out of the top 10.
Alex Marquez last.
Yeah.
Having done 11 laps. It's a really strange session.
Jorge Martin down in 19th, having been second quickest earlier today.
Yeah.
Head scratcher.
I wish I knew what's going on. It's not like, because the track temperature will be similar to this morning. It's not like the wind's got up at all. I don't know. Yeah, it's absolutely same temperature as it was this morning, just checking. So, yeah, no idea. Hard one to call. Yamaha's really struggled here last year. They were nowhere. We've got Quartararo fastest. Bezzecchi crashed twice this morning. He's second fastest. We've got Hondas are up there with Zarco, Mir. And then, said you've got Alex Marquez last. Looks like Bastianini and Vinales are struggling a little bit.
Vinales' shoulder still niggling away at him. You worry
Yeah,
about
he'll be
that,
niggling
don't you?
away at him when he's my age, unfortunately, with the injury he's got. It's one of them, isn't it? The old soft tissue rotator cuff tear.
A tough 50 years ahead for him then.
Nasty. Here he is.
Brad Binder comes across the line.
Oh, got a yellow flag, sectors 2 and 3. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's Martin again. Well, it was Bezzecchi this morning who crashed twice, and now Jorge Martin is having the same situation out there. Well, that's a surprise. But the airbag's gone off this time. Down at turn 6, I think. Where are we going? Yeah, it's out of 5. It's turn 7. So it's on the inside line. Front drops away, and it was on entry. Oh, that's a nasty one. Goes through the gravel as well. Oh, it got hit a couple of times. He's in the gravel trap, shaking his head already, going, no, I can't believe I did that. Marquez has had his lap time cancelled, and so has Alex Marquez for that. Oh, and that's because Alex Marquez has gone down in sector 3. So he's crashed out now. Is that in turn 7 as well? So we've got another yellow flag out there. The marshal's back out onto the circuit to turn 9. So 2 corners later that Alex has gone down. His airbag's gone off as well. So this is the exit. Let's have a look. Oh, it dropped. As soon as he tries to pull the throttle down, down he goes. That's a really strange one. Listen in.
All I remember more than any there is Danny Pedrosa was in 2010.
Turns in. Straight on entry. That's bizarre. No, there's no front grip out there today.
I will happily be proved wrong.
I'm 90% confident, but normally you get it right, so...
I think I'm with you, Neil. I think it was 3-4.
Oh, yes.
Someone will get it right for us on X.
Remember him hurting his shoulder in there.
Yes. Get your facts right, Gav.
Okay. That's where we are there with
I
Marc
used to look
Marquez
up to
coming
you.
through.
Said no one ever.
Down to turn 5. And just a quick word on his helmet design here this weekend.
It's the same as last year.
Neil?
Well, I'm bored of it. I honestly find it, I've got zero interest in the story. Sorry, I have though.
Oh my
I've saw all the
goodness
journalists getting excited about it, and I'm just like,
It's quite a nice sentiment though.
It's such a boring journalist thing to say. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I don't like that it's the same design as last year. I like it when they change, and it's like, oh.
It's not, it's different. It is slightly different.
Well, it's different because obviously it didn't have Red Bull on it. So, but if you look at the design, it's the same design. But go on. Tell the story then. Oh, if he wins,
I know it's late in the day.
If he wins, it's going to colour in the eye.
Have you not had
the
enough
other eye
coffee?
of the fish? Well, hold the front page.
It's not a fish.
What is it?
I mean, I thought you were going to tell us all about it. But obviously you know it all now.
No, I just heard all the journalists getting excited about the fish eye.
Neil, I've got something to break to you. You're a journalist too.
Also, get a good night's sleep tonight.
I
think that first night jet lag. It's just at this stage of our afternoon. It's just past 3:30 local time.
Well,
and Neil needs coffee. Can someone bring in a piece of chocolate for him?
Gav?
He needs a sugar boost.
Gav, listen, if you want to talk about the fisheye,
I'm going to talk about it. It's not a fisheye.
What eye is it then?
So,
what animal is that on his helmet?
it's not. It's a Daruma doll, obviously. You know that. You get them all over. They are Japanese good luck charms. Like little weebles, they never fall over. And that's the sentiment.
Is that like the dog? With the arm?
It represents, that's a cat. It represents the Japanese idiom of fall down 7 times, get up 8. And it's about perseverance. And it's a good luck charm. You make your wish, painting one eye on it. And when your wish is fulfilled, you paint the other eye on it. There you are. It's all got lovely sentiments.
Oh.
Perseverance, drive, determination. It matches Marc Marquez.
Look how much
and if
you
he wins
enjoyed
the
that,
title
Gav.
here in Japan, and people at home will love that too, Neil.
Oh, honestly, Gav, I can't believe how much you've enjoyed that.
I can't believe
How
you
come,
with concrete heart.
how come this man doesn't have a fish on his helmet?
Still not fish.
It looks like a fish.
Are they your glasses?
All right.
Have you borrowed them off Clem again? Our social media man. I'm going to put the photo up on Instagram later.
Wow. Yeah, that was like looking through the bottom of some glasses, jam jars, weren't they? Yeah. You had to be there.
All I can say from Clem is he does a good job with socials. Absolutely.
Not doing bad in his first year.
Not doing bad, is he? Doing a good job.
So Marc Marquez, 13th fastest, Bagnaia 14th. Currently,
What I will say,
Going
they've
through
spent a
Q2.
lot of time on the mediums, haven't they? A lot of people have been on the softer tyres during this session. It will be interesting if they're able to make that step then with the soft tyre, but it is not plain sailing for the Factory Ducati duo. You expect it from Bagnaia, maybe not after this morning, but not for Marc Marquez. Oh, there we are.
all right.
Susie Perry.
She's brought me a coffee,
And chocolate.
banana and chocolate.
Yeah, you need it.
Oh,
You've got grumpy.
Thank you.
You've got grumpy.
You've got grumpy.
In your old age, in
All
your
right,
dotage.
wife.
In your dotage.
What did
This
you say,
dad's
Susie?
lovely.
It's still a fish.
It's a great helmet.
Thank you, Susie.
Ooh, I've done well here. In fact, round of applause. That's the first coffee Susie's ever got me. After 10 years of working with her.
It's the first time for everything.
Vending machine's got to work over us.
Too much milk, though. I've just been told that actually Susie didn't make it. Ah, there we go. Glory Hunter Perry.
So Marc Marquez off the pace here. Oh, Alex, he's
It's
forgotten
Alex
his
on his
leathers.
back. Yeah,
Oh, no,
he's-
someone needs to tell him about that. That's dangerous.
No leathers on.
Obviously having to run back maybe a new helmet for Alex Marquez. Like I said, what a strange afternoon session after what we saw earlier today.
Well, I'll tell you this, Gav. And it's, again, uncomfortable, threatening bit in it, sort of 50 pence piece in it, not comfortable. Strangest session of the year.
Threatening bit. Sorry, show your age again.
Yeah, that was my dad. I could hear my dad going, it's threatening bit that.
Could you just explain
Oh,
that for
no.
anyone under 50,
I've turned
please?
into my dad. I've gone grumpy in commentary. It was always going to happen. Oh. Dad, if you're listening, sorry, I love you. Oh, no.
So it's
Turned into
a
me dad.
company bit like a 50p.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Ask me, Dad. I'm not that old. Don't get smart.
Is that when you tap it on the machine, your card? Does anyone use coins anymore?
My dad, Mark Hodgson. It's one of his favourite subjects, that about cash. Yeah, straight. I'm putting it out there. This is the strangest session of the year. Not our commentary, just looking at everything, how it's gone. Would you agree, Michael?
What about cash?
Yeah, it's a yes.
Digital IDs, digital cash, it's all coming. Mark Hodgson will love it. But yeah, it is a weird session. I still can't understand why Alex Marquez is 1.1 off after 12 laps, and obviously has forgot his leathers.
Yeah, it's a weird one to get a read on. Jorge Martin has had 2 crashes. He was second quickest this morning.
Looked brilliant as well this morning.
Yeah.
As did Bagnaia, who's 0.7 off in 14.
The bike looked good, looked stable, didn't it? Which is one of the things it said in our braking zones. Bagnaia is back in again. Oh, sorry, Marquez is back in again. Got Bagnaia on the mind after what he's been going through.
There's that fish on the front.
Marquez, still a Daruma doll. It's like a Weeble, Neil. It always springs back upright when it's pushed over.
That, like you said, though, that is so marked.
It's smart.
Let's have a look at this. Oh, that looked all right, actually.
Yeah, that one was okay on this occasion. While we watch the riders breaking down into turns 1 and 2, I've got a little screen here looking at Nat Quirk's camera. She's down outside the Aprilia garage with Paolo Bonora. He's having a sneaky look over his shoulder because Jorge just got back into the garage. What can you tell us, Nat?
Well, yeah, it looks like a very different session this afternoon compared to this morning. Let's start with Jorge because looked really good this morning. P2 on the times. Had a couple of crashes in this session. What did you make of it?
Yeah, we struggle a bit to stop the bike in the hard braking phase. It is a tricky track for this kind of braking. So historically, we are not in our best place for our bike. But to be honest, we think that with the comment of the rider, we have to manage this kind of braking. We have to improve, and compared to the last year, we have seen already that there is something better than the previous years. Both of our riders are quite in confidence with the bike, but probably when they are close to the limit, they are too much over the limit with the bike on some places. In fact, this morning, Marco crashed 2 times. Small crashes, but suddenly they lose the front. And this afternoon, with Jorge, we are trying to do to be in Q2 directly because we know that it is a key point for the race weekend, and we have to fix something to give him more confidence compared to this morning, even compared to this morning.
Thank you, Paolo.
Thanks.
Yeah, just as we're leaving Paolo there, Marco Bezzecchi leaving pit lane. Thanks to that. Thanks to Paolo, overriding them by the sound of things.
Do you know what I love about Paolo is he gives really clear, honest answers, and it's why I'm saying that is, and it sort of sounds bad, but you know, sometimes you just get a bit of spin, obviously a bit of PR spin. Look at the size of them.
So fiddly.
Like this. They look ridiculous, don't they?
And with all the shrouds and everything, it looks a right old nightmare when you need to change tyres.
Well, the issue you end up with is, while we've seen some relatively average MotoGP races, is then that heat has to go somewhere, and it goes into the wheel, which goes into the tyre, so you end up where you're following too close to the bike in front, and they can't get any cool air on your front tyre, then it overheats, and it just gets a bit messy. So this track does highlight that a little bit. But yeah, back to Paolo Bonora. He's so right, but think where we've come from. We've come from Misano, where you saw what Bezzecchi could do. He could ride right on the limit, and then they obviously going to the test. Martin got a good feeling there. Come to a track with a different sensation, different feedback, and a few mistakes have happened.
Looked like Martin was looking for a toe. Soft rears, medium fronts across the board. Pecco Bagnaia is about to put in his first flyer. You've got to be wary, Michael. I would just suggest of the soft pushing the medium front. If you just got to respect it a bit.
Yeah, we've seen it a lot this year. The extra grip from the soft rear tyre, it just pushes the front of the apex. Can't catch you out at angle, and obviously these riders are all quite aware. First run of laps here, Acosta on a good first sector, Bagnaia likewise, more or less identical sector ones for the 2 fastest men on track at the moment.
What was nice to see was into turn 1 again. It looked the shape of the bike. The rear stepped out, but it didn't kick back. It just slowly came back in line. We saw that a lot last year, and that's when Bagnaia is fully in control.
Acosta quickest through the second sector. On board here with Pecco through this lovely flowing section through 8 into V corner, turn 9.
Yeah, get it stopped, stand it up and fire it down into the hairpin corner, which is such an important corner because it leads you onto the back straight again. Pulling the, what I'd say, the perfect shape. Catches the apex late, stands it up, doesn't need to use all the curb, it's clean.
Yeah, just losing a little bit to Pedro Acosta here, who's out the final corner.
He's fighting
it, yeah. To the line, it's the last line that you see on that start-finish straight, and Pedro Acosta goes top of the pile, 1:43.9, fastest lap of the day.
Tell you what, the Honda can't be a million miles off. You look at Luca Marini, 3/4 of the way around, pretty much identical to what Bagnaya's doing.
And he goes top. Luca Marini, top of the pile at Honda's home circuit. And what do they say about that Honda? It stops well.
Unreal.
Good to see.
Really good to see.
Really been building ahead of steam in recent weeks. Luca. Third split, and Bsky is under by 1/4 of a second now.
Yeah, this is more like it time-wise.
So it's like when they're trying to put in race trim, get in those race laps, things don't look right. Not just for Aprilia, but also for Pecco Bagnaia, who's suddenly transformed now with the soft rear tyring. So you just wonder.
Yeah, Alex Marquez, Marquez.
Here we go with Bez. 2 crashes earlier today, and now goes to the top of the timesheets, 1:43.6.
Yeah, getting there now.
The Aprilia working round Motegi. You what? Through turn 5 for Alex Marquez. Got Jorge Martin following him. Acosta's on another fast lap here now.
Yeah, Bagnaya's on a good lap as well.
Really
halfway
good.
around.
We know Bagnaia likes to build into it, doesn't he?
Yeah. He likes his track.
Yeah. As you say, did the double here last year. Lost in the 3rd sector. Acosta to the line. Is this sequence off as he goes top again? Yes. 1:43.5. These sort of short straights, they're about 300-400 meters long, aren't they?
Yeah.
From turns 2 to 3, from 4 to 5.
But, you know, they're long enough, even on a GP bike, where if you do make a mistake on the exit of the corner, or if you rush it, you pay on all these. They're not Mugello length straights.
Well, this is the fastest point on the racetrack. They don't even get to 200 miles an hour. It's just shy of 198.
Yeah.
Top speed ever here.
Yeah, where you think at Mugello it's like 225 miles an hour. On Barcelona's similar speed.
It's that hard acceleration, hard braking that does you. Fuel economy is another thing you've got to bear in mind here. That's all part of the strategy going in. Alex Marquez went briefly 15th, then Jorge Martin went 11th, then Johan Zarco put 2 Hondas into the top 6 by going 4.
It's a shame for Fabio. He's got it wrong. It looks like at the V corner.
You're right, Michael. Turn 9.
Wow. That snapped.
Wow. Just shows how quickly it goes wrong. Thankfully, there was enough runoff for him. He did so well there.
It's another one, a short run, isn't it? Out of the S.
Well, let's see what this man's got towards the first split.
It comes up out of turn 4. This is 3, double apex 3 and 4.
That looked tidier. Yeah, stands it up well.
Still,
it's a lot,
little vibration, wasn't it? A little bit of a maybe in his first flyer. Just a little bit of respect being shown to his new front medium tyre. 10 minutes to go in this time practice session. No foregone conclusions here in Japan. Champion-elect, but at the moment, just not quite working for him.
Well, it's nice to see him having to work for it, as opposed to some weekends we've seen this year where it's looked pretty much effortless. It's looking anything but that. He's halfway around his 0.3 off. Currently 20th.
Gian Antonio on the same bike, out of the final corner, powering to the line. No improvements from him. Someone's had a crash.
Yeah,
turn
yellow
9.
flags out sector 3 at turn 9. So he's down in that section of the circuit. It's one of the VR46s. Well, one of them is sector 1. So it's Morbidelli at turn 9. Franco Morbidelli has crashed at turn 9. 2 of the Yamahas have gone through. Mark Marquez across the line. From 21st, Mark breaks in only to 11th. Mark Marquez is yet to go through to Q2 with 8:48 to go, and Bagnaia is in. So whatever Ducati have done, it's not working out for them the way they want it to. This is not the... Oh, there's Morbidelli. But this is not the way they want it to go right now. And let's have a look at his accident then. At turn 9, same place that Alex Marquez went off. Turns in, I'm expecting mid-corner, yeah. Front just dips away, and he gets caught on the bike as well, so... Frankie got dragged with his legs on the bike as well. Not nice, not nice.
Pegs slightly overload the front and it just locks.
Well, it feels like whatever electronics, whatever setting strategy they've got, Michael, this afternoon, not quite clicking, is it, for Marc Marquez or for Pecco Bagnaia?
Yeah, strange. Obviously, for both sides of the garage to have issues. Pecco, he's faster than he went this morning, just about 43. Yeah, actually a full second faster, sorry. A good chunk with the soft tyre in. But yeah, it didn't look easy at the start of the session, and obviously whatever it was, whether it was a wrong map or a sensor issue, something not quite right, and Mark having to work hard on it. So yeah, definitely a little bit at sea for the factory Ducati squad, which is unusual. You don't expect to see them take a step in the wrong direction.
It's the pressure getting to Marc Marquez. Pedro Costa, meanwhile, top of the timesheets, top of the tree, and looking to make up for what happened here last year.
Yeah, it was so impressive here last year. Oh, look, you can see that chain stay, sort of holding the chain in place.
You can see how the chain was jumping as well over the curbs there.
As it came into tension there, bouncing. He said, actually, Brad Binder said in testing they'd had that new chain stay on, and he said, I'm really high, too high over the curbs, and my chain stayed on, so that told me it's working, because they both had the issue over the weekend. Yeah. Obviously been playing around with the ride height device or something. There we are. Has been straight to Q2 in every event this season, but as it stands, it's going to have to go through Q1.
Well, there's 6 minutes to go. He's obviously going to get another run at it, but it is not coming easy.
There's no guarantees as well with yellow flags. People are going to crash. It's that kind of racetrack. As people try and find a little bit more time,
yeah,
there's likely to be a yellow flag here. So 6 minutes on the clock, and Marc Marquez goes for his final effort.
It's got that feeling it's going to be a long evening for some of these Ducati engineers pouring over the data, because you've got Digi up there on the 25 Ducati.
You feel like that is part of the choice to go with Alex Marquez next year as an extra factory bike, to have 4 factory bikes again. Like, they feel like they are lacking a little bit of data perhaps this year.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, every other manufacturer have got 4 factory bikes, haven't they?
I'd say they haven't gone backwards, sorry, this year. Some would say, he might say it, Pecco Bagnaia might say it, but the other factories have caught up this year.
Absolutely, they've taken advantage of the concessions massively, and the concessions work so well because they prevent that. I mean, that will look perfect into actually the shape the bike pulled into that heavy braking
Yellow
corner.
flag, sector 2.
But yeah, the fact that Michele Pirro's not been able to do any wild cards, it's the right thing to do, though, by Dorna, to prevent Ducati from being able to make their package even better.
Jack Miller's gone down in sector 2. It's taken me a while to find out, but he's gone down at turn 5. He's the only one not moving. One Mir goes up into 3rd position, but how many lap times going to count? Mir goes 3rd. Yep, Jack Miller has crashed at turn 5. Front's dipped away, so he crashed this morning, actually, at roughly the same part, so seems to be a bit of a repeat there, it seems. But second crash of the year for turn 9. Second crash of the weekend, I think that's meant to say for Morbidelli. Yeah, second crash of the session. Yeah, a bit weird. But that was ages ago. Miller's crashed turn 5. Can't keep up over a crash.
The yellow flag, though, I saw a yellow LED. Was that just me seeing that?
Yeah, it's fastest.
He goes top. 143.5. Bagnaia is back. So it seems Bastianini using his compatriots' wheel to go 6th.
Big lap for this man.
Yeah.
And I didn't think we'd be saying that at this point in the weekend, but it got a big couple of laps coming up. He can't afford a yellow flag.
That looked better.
And that did look better.
First split comes on exit from turn 4. Where is he? He's under by 0.2 of a second.
Me and Gav just looked at each other and was like, oh.
Cheers for ruining the narrative. As journalists here, Neil, trying to get a story going.
Don't you dare. Tell me about that fisheye.
Fabio Quartararo in 10th is 0.266 behind Pecco Bagnaia. If Marc Marquez makes this lap stick, he could not go through in the top 10. That's how tight we were at in MotoGP. Joan Mir's just gone top.
Wow.
Joan Mir on the Honda.
That's incredible.
143.361. Marc Marquez still under. He's having to get through here on the Costa by the looks of
That
things.
might have cost him a bit of time because
It was Bastianini.
Did cost him a bit of time.
Still within a 10th. The Costa's gone top now of 143.3.
Oh, he's going to go wide.
Yellow
Not
sector
too bad,
1.
actually.
There's a yellow flag
Yellow
out.
flag at sector 1.
Bezzecchi's on a fast lap. It's Acosta who's gone down. So this could be Marquez's last go here.
If he keeps it rolling, he will get a second shot at it.
It's just the problem is the yellow flag at turn 1. Marquez goes third and rolls out a bit there in turn 1.
But that you felt like that was a hold your breath lap.
Meanwhile, Marco Bezzecchi, while all that was happening, went quickest to 143.1.
Yes! Well done, Bezzecchi.
I mean, this is such a busy session.
Yeah.
So much to talk about, so much going on.
Alex Marquez is on the bubble in 10th.
Same lap time as Jorge Martin.
Oh,
Wow.
that's a big one
That's
for
a mess.
Costa. The bike's a mess.
That is a big crash at turn 1.
Has he lost it early on?
Ooh.
He has, well, early-ish.
He sort of went, saved it. No.
Yeah.
Martin's now on the bubble. As you heard from Paulo Bonora, the importance of getting through to Q2 directly. Could get knocked out here by Fernandez.
Well, as it stands, him and Alex Marquez, identical
And he
lap
has.
times, yeah, and he's just been pushed back by Raul.
Oh,
Agura went 11th.
in the gravel.
Sector 1, yellow again.
So Alex Marquez needs to go again.
55
Has
seconds
made it
left.
through directly into Q2 in every event this year. He's going to get one more lap after this. A reminder.
Chantra has gone down.
Oh, dear.
It's
Oh,
a shame.
no.
That was such a good weekend.
He is, and he's just
0.7
gone
off.
0.7 off.
Yeah.
Just done a personal best. Is that at turn 2?
Turn 5, I think.
Yeah.
So is that Alex Marquez going to get a yellow flag?
No, it's in 3 actually for Chandler.
Oh, yeah, it is 3.
It's a big gravel trap.
Yeah,
You
it's
just
deep, isn't it?
hope that they can get that yellow flag in. So here comes Alex Marquez. His brothers also just crossed the start-finish line. Got Fabio Quartararo in front of him.
Not a bad
Flag's
marker
coming
to
out.
have.
Tension inside the Grassini garage.
Oh, that was scrappy. That
Oh,
was
the front's
scrappy.
bobbling all the way through
Yeah,
the middle of the
that-
corner.
Absolutely the lap gone. And that, just the way of this track, you've got to be so precise.
Yeah,
that
he's-
0.4 of a second. Look at him, he's well overriding, he's rushing the braking zone, missed that corner. Just, you can't do that round here. Yeah, he knows he'll be annoyed at himself. And like, oh, now he's in the way because he's going to be on the apex of the fastest corner.
Yeah.
So now it's the first time this year he misses out on.
Yep, checker flags out. That's the session over. So, well, that is a surprise. Alex Marquez doesn't go through. Marc Marquez does manage to make it through, so he remains the only rider to come through in every Q2 session in 2025 so far. Alex Marquez misses out. That's the first time this year he's had to go through. Bagnaia looking improving. There's still a yellow out sector 2 now. As Quartararo down on the brakes, turns in. tries to keep on traction to see how things are going. But yeah, 9 times out of 10, not bad. Morbidelli looks to improve as well. Will we see a difference here? Over the line together. And is Franco Morbidelli going to be anything? Well, no. And Quartararo does go through. Quartararo goes 8th. He gets out ahead of Enea Bastianini. Zarco goes 10th. So that kicks out Aldeguer as well. So I think that would be the last ones through. So your top 10, Marco Bezzecchi, Pedro Acosta, Marc Marquez, Juan Mir, Fabio Di Giannantonio, Luca Marini, Pecco Bagnaia, Fabio Quartararo, Ralph Fernandez and Johan Zarco. They're through to Q2. After that, Aldeguer, Bastianini, Martin, Aguirre, Alex Marquez, Morbidelli, Binder, Chancha, Rins, Miller, Nakagami, Oliveira, Vinales will have to go through Q1 for the first time this year for Alex Marquez, and that was the moment off at turn 3. Back to TNT.
Yeah, one of those days to forget.
Frustration, but it's not the end of the world.
Not at all. No, he'll feel confident that he'll be able to get through. But when you look at the names going through, like with Aldeguer, Bastianini.
Look at the times for Martin, Agura and Alex Marquez.
Wow. The exact same time.
3 riders have exactly the same lap time.
Have you ever had that before?
No, I've never seen that. I've seen 2, but 3?
Wow.
That's 13, 14, 15. Marc Marquez and Air Bastianini and their practice starts. Well, it's not been plain sailing for Marc either, has it?
No, like I said, and it's nice to see, and I don't mean that as a Marquez hater or lover, just on the sporting side, it's good to see that he's going to have to work for it. Work to be done, definitely at Ducati. Not a bad little thing to the only rider to go directly through to Q2 in every race so far this year.
What do you put it down to, Michael? What do you think's been happening today? You know, we've got an Aprilia top, that's been in the post, hasn't it? Pedro Acosta there as well in second. Over the last few races, you put it together, they're the ones challenging Marc Marquez, aren't they?
Yeah, I think you've got to say Mir, Marini, Acosta, Bezzecchi have all stepped their game up. Likewise, their manufacturers in KTM, Aprilia and Honda have all stepped it up. So it's just not as easy at the moment for Ducati, perhaps. They have been hamstrung a lot by the lack of concessions and updates, but arriving to Japan, a very different circuit than we've had in Europe. So Marc struggled a little bit. Pecco's there, he's back in the contention. Digi's there on the 25 Ducati as well. But yeah, it was a strange session. Obviously a lot of crashes, a lot of front end locks and slip-offs that will have the riders feeling a little bit on edge around here.
Best back again, 2 crashes this morning. Just when it looks like his day's not going well, comes up with the goods. Ooh, great start.
Oh, that's messy.
Marc Marquez 3rd quickest, but definitely feels like a let's use the jet lag to our advantage with a bit of late night working. Cooling vest goes straight on, get that core temperature down quickly. Pecco Bagnaia, good morning session. Few gremlins in the system this afternoon, and again you can see the celebrations just like we saw in Misano on a Friday. It's all part of this atmosphere they're trying to build down there, an atmosphere of positivity, an atmosphere of building the riders up. It's a clear tactic, isn't it?
Yes.
It's obvious, but it's working.
It is very obvious, but you've worked in this paddock long enough to know the way that riders' minds work. And
most important part on a motorcycle is between the riders' ears.
100%. And that's what this is all about. And it's that feeling, it's that knowing you've got the team around you, you're the man. And that's what makes a difference when there's 1 lap to go and your heart rate's at 190 beats a minute and you feel like thinking, well, second will do today. No, it won't. You never quit. And that's all part of it.
I'm intrigued to hear what he has to say after that day. And I'll be speaking to him later on this evening. I'm fascinated to listen in.
Well, you find out the truth. You don't find it out tonight, unfortunately. He'll tell you something.
He'll tell you a story.
He'll tell you a story. Well, you'll find out the truth after the sprint race. He'll say, well, being honest, on Friday we were miles off and we had to turn the bike upside down. He won't say that tonight, but it's funny, isn't it, how you...
Interesting there, how Bez collared Paolo Bonora straight away, and a quick little word in his ear and eyes as if to say, bear that in mind. This was earlier today.
Yeah, that's how it all began. That was early on as well, wasn't it?
He's growing, isn't he, every single week, Marco Bezzecchi. The belief has come back. Had a horrible year last year. Didn't get on with the GP23 at all. Forced him into a move. He was probably thinking last year, regretting, why did I turn down the factory bike? Why did I?
Yeah,
out of loyalty.
It was out of loyalty, which was... will stand him in good stead.
That's what I think.
The longevity of his career. I mean, he's well respected, well liked in this paddock. Can be a bit spiky with the journalists at times. I hear that a lot. Obviously, not being a journalist myself, I wouldn't know, but no, it can be challenging.
He's blunt, isn't he? Just blunt. And if he's got nothing to say, he doesn't say it. Talk
As
about
this
blunt.
Man. Yeah, talk about blunt.
Says it exactly as he sees it.
Yeah. If you ask Pedro a silly question, and he'll give you a look, you'll know.
That was a heavy one at turn one. Let's have a look at it from on board. See, it sort of almost went and he was picking it up and it just pushed him on into the corner.
So he was lucky the bike didn't hit him.
Yes.
At some speed. He's absolutely fine. I suppose he's been taking a fair bit of that curve, hasn't he? The penultimate corner into victory corner, the last corner.
Well, Acosta having a really good test back in Misano and backing it up here. Second quickest for Pedro, behind Marco Bezzecchi.
Watching like a scrappy session for the favourites coming into this weekend, you'd have to say that this could be Pedro's best opportunity to win his first race as a MotoGP rider.
He had it last year, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had that opportunity.
He was pulling away actually in the sprint. He was great.
Turn 7, was it?
Yeah, took the front. But it's coming into it. You feel like it's going for Pedro.
You almost feel like he needs to get the monkey off his back.
Yeah, the first victory. It won't be too long before he does bag it, and it could well be here this weekend. The confidence that comes off the back of it, the focus in the Misano test was all about this end of the season for him. He's building.
Well, my thanks to the team over at TNT. What an amazing session we've had coming into this one. We'll be back tomorrow for all of the action, but we've also got coming up at 9:35 the World Superbikes Aragon first practice. Please do join us for that as well here on JB Motorsports 2. Interesting day, interesting session. Let's see how it goes tomorrow morning. Join us at 3 AM British Summer Time for all of the action. Take care. Bye-bye.